ربنا أعلاك قدرا يا إمام الأنبياء أنت في الوجدان حي أنت للعينين ضي أنت عند الحوض ري أنت هاد وصف.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome to another edition of Know Your Charity on Hilaal TV. I'm your host, Luqman Shadrack. Today we've got the good people from EMERGIVAC in studio, and I'd like to introduce Chairman of Sheikh Investment Holdings and CEO of EMERGIVAC Takaful Sharia, Brother Sulaiman Sheikh. Assalamu alaikum, brother, and welcome.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Jazakallah for joining us. And then also MD of iConsult Africa, Sheikh Ziad Isaacs. Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Jazakallah also for joining us as well. Really appreciate it. Brother Sulaiman, you've tailor-made an emergency medical family takaful and wellness plan. Take us through your various benefits that our viewers can take advantage of.
EMERGIVAC Sharia is the first, in fact the only medical takaful and wellness product in the country at the moment. What we try to do with this product is bring all forms of emergency services into a single mobile application, where our members can have access to these emergency services literally at the touch of a button. The core benefit in the product is the medical assist, or the medical emergency benefit, which gives our members access to 24-hour ambulance services, no matter where they are in the country. That's private ambulance. And we evacuate our members to the nearest private hospital for treatment. And this can be both in the case of accident or illness. So if a member suffers any form of medical emergency, we evacuate them to the private hospital. We put up what we call a hospital admission guarantee, or guarantee of payment to the hospital, so that our members can receive treatment as quickly as possible. No waiting periods, no authorization required. So private medical care in the quickest time possible.
Brilliant. I think that's exactly what most South Africans are looking for these days as well. Now, I've recently downloaded the app, the EMERGIVAC app. Take us through some of the other benefits and features that one can have access to on this app.
Sure. We've got the medical assist feature. We've got EMERGIGuard, which is our 24-hour armed response service. That too, anywhere in the country. It's location-based, so we pick up your location. We send an armed response service provider to your location to assist you. We've got roadside assistance in the case of mechanical breakdown of your vehicle, flat tire, flat battery, run out of fuel even. We've got household assist, electrical, plumbing, even large appliances. So we've brought all of these services together just to make it easy for you in the case of an emergency. You don't have to remember any numbers. Literally touch a button, you get access to the services. Then we've built in some what we call wellness benefits. We've got a 24-hour mental health and wellness line in the case of people suffering from anxiety, depression, PTSD, bipolar conditions. And in the past experience with this, we've seen lots of calls coming in for people who have suicidal tendencies.
Wow.
So our trained counselors are able to assist in all of those situations. We've also got a mum and baby line for expectant mothers and post-birth to give them support, guidance, advice, around the care of the baby. But we've also introduced a benefit called EMERGIVAC Vitals, which is an AI-driven benefit where through the camera on your phone, in less than a minute, you are able to check your blood pressure, oxygen levels, your heart rate.
Wow.
It even gives you stress level indicators.
Wow.
And so we built that feature in more from a preventative care perspective. And it will allow our members to monitor their well-being and do a trend analysis and make sure that over a period of time, your blood pressure levels are constant. If there's any indication of it being high or whatever, at least to consult your physician or your
And
doctor.
especially for those with chronic illnesses as well, that need to monitor their vitals as
Correct.
well. So that's also very
Very much
important.
so.
One of the features I like is the mosque finder. If you are traveling and if you don't know where the nearest mosque is, as we often do, that's a wonderful feature which built into Google Maps as well,
Yes.
where it takes you to the nearest masjid.
Yeah, so we've got what we call our Sharia app collection. And the Sharia app collection, incidentally, is available to everyone,
Okay.
even if you're not registered for EMERGIVAC. So as soon as you download the app, you can have immediate access at no cost to the Sharia app collection. And in that app collection, you rightfully pointed out, there's a masjid finder. Again, simply touch a button and it integrates with Google Maps and gives you the direction, distance to the nearest masjid.
Amazing.
There's location-based salah times.
Yeah.
So again, no matter where you are in the country, it locates you and gives you the local salah times. We've got the Qibla finder. The entire Quran is in there. We've got hadith, dua, and popular surahs are
Nice.
arranged in one location. So it's a very handy feature to have, and like I say, it's location based, absolutely free to
Brilliant.
anyone downloading it.
I think you've actually encompassed quite a bit that we can, utilize in the app as well. Sheikh Ziad, as the MD of iConsult, what is the relationship that you have with EMERGIVAC?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, wa salatu wa salamu ala Rasulillah, Jazakallah khair. I think we are privileged and honored to be a partner, or the Sharia partner rather, to EMERGIVAC. We've got an opportunity which since my return from Malaysia about 6 years ago, we were always looking for, who has, like in the words of Ambassador Ibrahim Rasool, the audacity to apply Sharia principles to our insurance market. And I think Brother Suleiman and his team, they've done that, and they've chosen us as their partner along that journey. So we are the Sharia partner. We provide Sharia services to EMERGIVAC in the full spectrum, a secretariat function, supervisory function with our Sharia's advisory board, which is independent from our research team and what we do on the ground for the product.
Okay, brilliant. Now, you've been involved in various Sharia compliant products and research. Now, what does EMERGIVAC mean to our community? And also, this concept of, takaful, where does it actually come from? And how does it apply in our society, and how do we utilize this wonderful product in everyday life?
Jazakallah. Perhaps I can start at takaful before speaking about community, because the word takaful is derived from kafala, which means mutual guarantee.
Okay.
So in context of takaful, what that means is that participants come together and they contribute. So you'll hear about contributions and benefits, etc. They contribute to a mutual fund, and that mutual fund will indemnify or cover or protect any catastrophic loss of any of the other participants during the period.
Gotcha.
At the same time, if there are no losses at the end of that period, surpluses will also be shared through benefits.
Okay.
And I think that is important to note, because that's actually where the difference comes in between takaful, if we can translate it to be Islamic insurance, and conventional insurance, where it's a unilateral contribution contract or gratuitous contract compared to an exchange contract.
Okay. And in terms of our community, we do know that conventional medical schemes, insurance plans can cost the earth, can be really unobtainable in some instances as well. How does EMERGIVAC fit into the category that caters for most of us?
I think EMERGIVAC, because of the diversification of services that they do provide, they've been able to really bring the price down, if I can put it in simple terms, for everyone to afford.
Right.
And they've made it accessible for everyone as well. And that really speaks to the spirit of what takaful is, which is based on the concept of ta'awun in Arabic, which is cooperation. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala speaks about it in Quran when He says that enjoin in goodness and righteousness and not in sin and transgression. So how EMERGIVAC is contributing to that first part, in joining in goodness and righteousness, all of us want to be protected.
Of course.
All of us want good health care for ourselves and our families. And I think EMERGIVAC making that affordable and accessible to the larger community is really something that we as a community should be proud of.
Of course. Brother Sulaiman, EMERGIVAC has really shown that it cares for the community, cares for the needs, the immediate needs of the community. How is this conventional or different from conventional insurance?
From an underwriting perspective, the principles are pretty much the same.
Okay.
It is just in the way that the contributions are treated, the way the surpluses are dealt with, the way shortfalls, if any, are managed on the back end in the scheme. And so, I think that's where the comfort, to our community comes in. And having a partner like iConsult, managing and overseeing, the operations and the management of the scheme with our underwriting partner, who incidentally is Clientele Life.
Right.
The community has a comfort knowing that, all the Takaful principles, Sharia principles are being adhered to.
And I think that's important in a product like this, that our community has peace of mind, that our community knows that they are applied and working according to Sharia principles as well. You would often get that question, I would imagine.
All the time.
Okay, brilliant. So after the break, we chat about a pledge line that we're having right here on Hilaal TV and how you, as a community, can get involved and assist your local masjid, your local organization, so that they can prosper and that organization can be well taken care of as well. Do join us after the break. You are still watching Hilaal TV.
أنت عند الحوض ري أنت هاد وصفي أنت عند الحوض ري أنت هاد وصفي.
Assalamu alaikum, welcome back to Know Your Charity, and in studio we have the good people from EMERGIVAC who's chatting about some of the great work that they have, the wonderful features, the products, and how you as a community could benefit. We've also got Sheikh Ziad Isaacs from iConsult in studio, who has a very close partnership and relationship with EMERGIVAC. Gentlemen, jazakallah so much for coming into studio, chatting to us. We're having a pledge line very soon on Hilaal TV, and as we know that pledge lines are there to provide for the needs of our community and to raise much needed funds. Brother Sulaiman, give us more details about the pledge line.
Yeah. Inshallah, the EMERGIVAC Sharia pledge line will take place on the 23rd of March, Saturday, from around 9:30 onwards.
Okay.
And the intention of the pledge line is to raise funds or donations towards the cost of EMERGIVAC Sharia, specifically for our imams, for our muazzin, and for teachers, at our hifz schools.
Nice. Okay. Well, we do know that the product is affordable to most compared to other schemes out there as well. Why is it so important to provide, and what is the need that you see that we should have this pledge line, and how can our community get involved?
I mean, it's generally accepted, I think, that our imams, our muazzin, even our teachers are seriously underpaid. They struggle to get by every month just with their day-to-day expenses. And the cost of having access to healthcare, private healthcare, that is simply out of their reach.
Right.
So, through this initiative, we are hoping our community, our businessmen, our business people can get together and, contribute towards the cost of EMERGIVAC for, these very, very valuable assets to our community.
Of course, I fully agree. I absolutely fully agree. Sheikh Ziad, in terms of what Brother Sulaiman has said, they play such a vital role. These amazing people that work in our mosques, in our madrasas, we often take for granted I'll be honest, sometime as well. And I think this pledge line is so vital to raise much needed funds. But coming from an imamate perspective, but also from the business side as well, you're wearing two hats here. How vital is this pledge line?
Yeah, I think, again, like I said in our first segment, for us it's an honor to be part of this because it's really groundbreaking stuff. We always have the imams, the sheikhs, the teachers sitting on the panels of these pledge lines, traveling, doing the work, doing the hard yards in Taraweeh, in the month of Ramadan.
Absolutely.
Your nikahs, your counseling, etc. They spend 6-7 years, the same like a doctor.
Right.
But the salaries and the income, unfortunately, is a fraction compared to that. So this pledge line really provides us as a community an opportunity to really say thank you and gratitude towards the custodians of the deen in our communities, that we honor them, that they have protection for themselves, for their families, in terms of their healthcare and all the other services that they will be able to have access to when we do as a community, not just the business side, but also as a normal man. If I can sponsor or support my local muaddin, my imam, or even the teachers at the madrasa in the afternoon,
Yes.
which plays a pivotal role in the development of our children.
And the safety.
And the safety for that.
Yeah.
So what is it for us, to sponsor them for their well-being,
Absolutely.
for their wellness and for their welfare?
Yeah, and also that their families can benefit from this as well. Let's talk costs in terms of what will it cost for our viewers, for our audience to contribute to ensure that an imam or muaddin is looked after.
If you donate towards the cost of a single imam or muazzin, the cost will be 4,500 rands for the year.
Okay, inshallah.
If you choose to donate to cover their family, and that's a family of 5, it will be 6,750 rands.
Okay, brilliant. And can these payments be made monthly? Is it a lump sum? How does it work?
It can be made monthly, it can be made via lump sum.
Okay, all right. And then that muaddin and imam or sheikh at the mosque then gets taken care or gets access to the benefits that EMERGIVAC has.
Correct.
Okay, fantastic. And this is for a year, sheikh?
For a year, your commitment's for at least 12 months.
Okay.
But inshallah, it will continue in perpetuity.
Inshallah. Sheikh Ziad, madrasa schools, often enough we get, the teachers that work long hours. They're there from morning till evening sometimes. They've got aftercare even. They look after the kids as well. It's so vital that they have access to a product like this because, like you said, it's their salaries are very different to the corporate world as well. Chat to our viewers a bit more about how important it is for them to look after these key individuals.
If you look at the EMERGIVAC product, what it provides, the rapid response, and that's what the teacher requires, because they have to be there for the community's kids 24/7.
Absolutely.
But we can't be there for them in their time of need. So I think that this product is very well positioned for us to support our teachers, our imams and muaddins when they are in a time of distress, when they are in a time of emergency need and they have nowhere to go or nothing to rely on. They can push the button and they'll have private medical services, private services available to them. Why that's important? They can be in work the next day to take care of your kids.
Absolutely.
And not go sit at the day hospital for one day and be absent from school, leaving your kids unattended while you have to go to work. I think it's actually a simple thing for us as a community to come together to support this initiative.
Yeah, I think so. So we're starting at about 9:30, inshallah, on the 23rd of March, inshallah, and we'd like our community to get involved, to participate as well. One of the features that I found very interesting is your EMERGIVAC, which in these days sometimes is quite vital, that we need to have as well. But what happens in the case where I'm in a remote part of South Africa, I don't have as often signal does cut or break, or can our viewers access your product in very remote areas, or how does it work?
So the app is obviously signal dependent. I mean, if there's no signal,
Yeah.
there's not much
We can.
we can do,
Right.
with the mobile application. But if there is signal and you are in a remote part of the country and you need access to such services, it might be difficult to find a private security company in the vicinity.
Okay.
What we will do is get hold of the nearest South African police services,
Okay.
and dispatch them to your location.
I see. Okay. I mean, that's peace of mind. And that's what people generally want to do as well. I like the road assist. Often enough, we do have lots of potholes that, damage our tires. And obviously, we have ladies that drive as well. And unfortunately, they may not be able to lift a tire or change it as well. So that roadside assistance is very good as well. One of the other key products, I think, Sheikh Ziad, is that you would appreciate is, as an employer, you are able now to provide for your employees. We have a lot of manufacturing, companies as well. It's peace of mind knowing that production can still happen so that the employees can take up some of these products.
Yeah, indeed. The EMERGIVAC, I think the seamlessness of the product really speaks to all industry. We, like I mentioned with the teachers, they can be back at work tomorrow. And they don't need to go stand in long queues or wait for an appointment, etc., because there is that rapid response where you have immediate access to what you need and immediate cover in that regard as well. Because it's one of two things. They either have to wait for an appointment or they have to wait till the end of the month until they get paid so that they can afford to pay for the service that they required. So with the EMERGIVAC cover, you can have access to that immediately, and everyone can be back in the productivity system the next day.
And viewers, basically, when an imam is leading a salah, leading whatever type of program you have at the mosque as well, people make dua for that imam, and their duas get passed on to you as well, because that young man or that individual is providing a service for the community. So that's how we can get involved as a community as well. Brother Sulaiman, what's the future of EMERGIVAC? You've already taken it to such an amazing step where you've included so many products and unique, tailor-made opportunities for our viewers to take up. What's the future of EMERGIVAC?
So EMERGIVAC's embracing technology.
Alhamdulillah.
EMERGIVAC's embracing artificial intelligence, especially in the healthcare space. And, the EMERGIVAC Vitals feature is testimony to that. I think, with the product being geared towards emergency medical assistance as it stands right now, the one part of it that's lacking is probably your day-to-day type of access to GPs. So from a tech and tech perspective, we're going to be introducing what we call a virtual doctor network.
Okay.
So you'll be able to access a GP on the other side via your phone. So simply at the touch of a button, we'll connect you to our virtual doctor network. You'll be able to do a doctor consult online. And if the doctor needs to prescribe any medication to you, he'll WhatsApp a script through to you.
I see. A couple of minutes left as well, Sheikh. But for our viewers that are watching this right now, what is your message to them on how and why they should contribute to the pledge?
I think I would say it's mandatory for us as a community to support the custodians of whose Allah has bestowed the custodianship of the religion, because from higher objectives of the Sharia, at the very top we have the preservation of life, we have the preservation of religion. So the EMERGIVAC product and supporting the pledge and supporting the people that are the flag bearers of our deen in our community.
Absolutely.
We're really covering both of those two higher objectives, the protection and preservation of life itself, and the protection and preservation of our religion.
Absolutely. Well said. Jazakallah so much, gentlemen. Brother Sulaiman and Sheikh Ziad, it's been an absolute pleasure chatting to you. Jazakallah for all that you do for our community, and may all your future projects go from strength to strength, inshallah.
Ameen. Shukran.
Jazakallah. And that's how we end Know Your Charity. Do join EMERGIVAC on the 23rd of March and contribute and pledge to the pledge line, where we would like to raise much needed funds for our imams, for our muadhins that serve a vital an important role in our community. For Hilaal TV, I'm Luqman Shadrack.
نور الله فجرا جئت بعد العسر يسرا ربنا أعلاك قدرا يا إمام الأنبياء أنت في الوجدان حي أنت